Semi-detached suburban, Manfred Mann's 20 greatest hits. This is an LP in excellent condition that I bought for £5 from a stall at the West Wycombe car boot sale. Manfred Mann were a blues band, and Manfred Mann was the name of the keyboard player, but he was not the leader of the band. Their first hit, 5 4 3 2 1, was a bluesy 12-bar countdown with wailing harmonica. It was the theme to Ready Steady Go. Ready Steady Go was a TV music programme. It was on Friday evening and it claimed to be the start of the weekend. This album also represents their blues roots with a version of Got My Mojo Working, but it starts with their anthemic hit Do Wah Diddy Diddy Dum Diddy Do, a song that cannot fail to raise a smile and is nowhere near as dumb as the title suggests. There are songs I remember hearing when I was 8 or 9. These songs are year zero in my rock music appreciation. Before that, everything is leading up to it. The old rock and roll, the Spectre sound and the yeah 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 beat groups. After that, it was the improvements to it, the reactions against it, and the reactions against those reactions. I am talking about songs like I'm a Believer, Substitute, Waterloo Sunset, Paint It Black, or All You Need Is Love. Manfred Mann made several of those great records, often covering Bob Dylan, but for me they peaked with Pretty Flamingo, a perfect pop record with nothing to be ashamed of. They had a great sound and a great singer, and they were perfect interpreters of other people's songs. The only band compositions on this album are 5 4 3 2 1 and the awful Hubble Bubble Toil and Trouble. And there is also an unremarkable song written by the singer that mentions each of the band members. The song Come Tomorrow to me epitomises the swinging 60s. It so reminds me of Zoom lollies, early closing Wednesdays, Do Not Adjust Your Set, Threepenny Bits, 10 bob notes and tanners, and turning the tuning dial on the transistor radio, alternating between the pirate radio stations Caroline and London. There is a thought-provoking version of one of Dylan's best early protest songs, With God on My Side. There are also versions of some of Dylan's more poppy songs like If You Got to Go, Go Now and The Mighty Quinn. Their version of Mighty Quinn may well be the definitive version. However, their version of Just Like a Woman, for me, falls a long way short of the original. They even took out the bridge, which is one of Dylan's best. In the great mass of Dylan songs, there are surprisingly few bridges. Paul Jones, the singer, was one of the great voices of the 60s, and when he left, he was more than adequately replaced by Mike Darbo. Other line-up changes resulted in Jack Bruce briefly playing bass before leaving to form Cream. According to the sleeve notes, Bruce played and sang backing vocals on Pretty Flamingo. I clearly remember nearly all their hits. I remember the song Semi-Detached Suburban appealing to my growing scepticism, even though I lived in a semi-detached suburban and went to a grammar school full of privilege and ingratitude. Obviously, at the time, I didn't understand irony. The other song I remember clearly is My Name is Jack, possibly because of the unlikely line, I live in the back of the Greta Garbo Home for Wayward Boys and Girls. But then it was a time of Cakes Left Out in the Rain, Pinball Wizards, and Quinn the Eskimo. Whereas the earlier songs all had the ragged, imperfect charm of a bunch of blues boom players adapting to playing commercial music. So the last song, Ragamuffin Man from 1969, has the sound of session players. The sound of most pop music post Abbey Road and pre-glam rock. Semi-detached suburban, Manfred Mann's 20 greatest hits.